First, we'll be making soap using an individual mold. Take your desired amount of soap base and cut it into smaller pieces for easier and more even melting. Then, while the soap is melting, pick your desired coloring and scent and set up your molds. Once soap is melted, add coloring a few drops at a time until you reach your desired color. Then, add your essential oil until you reach your desired fragrance. Pour the mix into containers, but be sure to leave space at the top for crushed rose petals. After about 5 minutes of setting, add your petals. Be sure to gently press the rose petals into the soap to make sure they adhere to the bar. Be sure to set aside for at least a few hours. To speed up setting time, you could place in the refrigerator. For the second soap, you'll want to gather your supplies, as these will be different than the first soap. Again, you'll need to cut it into smaller pieces. We'll be using 3 colors, white, yellow, and orange, which will be distributed into 4 sections in the loaf. The white will have 2 sections, so you should have more white soap than yellow and orange. Once your soap is melted, you should pour a little bit to cover the bottom of a shallow container and dip the bottom of the dividers into it. You'll need to place the dividers diagonally into the loaf mold so that they fit snug. Now, you can color your soap and add fragrance. You can also add inclusions. For this soap, we'll be using the lemon fragrance for the yellow and orange fragrance for the orange. We will also be adding apricot seeds to the orange. Be sure to pour 2 measuring cups at a time, 1/3 of the amount needed into each divided section. The colors may mix at the top of the divider, but this is okay. Once you have filled the container, let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes until you get a light film at the top. Once this happens, you can remove the dividers and begin swirling your colors together. Be sure to swirl all the way through, as you want to make sure that you swirl the colors at the bottom as well as around the edges. If there is a film, just swirl it in with the rest of the colors. You want to be sure that you don't swirl too much so that the colors don't blend together completely. Once you've reached your desired look, you can add any other inclusions. If there are any air bubbles at the top, you can spray alcohol in order to remove them. The alcohol will evaporate due to the heat of the soap. Now, you want to let your soap set. Again, the refrigerator speeds up your setting time. Once your soap has set, you can cut it with the wavy edge cutter and wrap it in plastic wrap for storage, or if you're using it as a gift, wrap with paper and twine for a more finished look. And that's how you make handmade soap.